Week number 3 of the 2024-25 NBA season is over, which means it's time to run it back. This is Run It Back, NBA Week in Review. I'm Jose Salviati, editor at thepeachbasket.net, and this is the show where we recap the week that was in the NBA and then highlight the marquee matchup for the week to come. We start like we always do with the only objective overall top 10 NBA power rankings anywhere. You can read more about how we get to these rankings and see the entire list at thepeachbasket.net. Let's take a look at the top 10 at the conclusion of week number 3. And spoiler alert, there are going to be some questions after this objective list, and I get it. I understand it. Starting us off at number 10 are the New York Knicks. They didn't have a great week overall, going only 1-2, but they did enough to get back into the top 10. The Clippers were perfect in week number 3. They were 3-0, which brings them back into the top 10 at number 9. The Houston Rockets had a nice week going 2-1. They are 5-4 overall. That was enough to propel them up into the top 10 at number 8. The Minnesota Timberwolves were also perfect, joining the Clippers. They were 3-0 in week number 3. That was good enough to move them up to number 7. The number 6 team, again, also perfect at 3-0, and they employ a remotivated Nikola Jokic. The Denver Nuggets are the number 16 after week number 3. Now, this may not sit well with everybody, and I get it, but coming in at number 5 are the Boston Celtics. They had a 2-1 week in week number 3, are 8-2 overall, and sit at number 5 after week number 3. Keep in mind, these rankings are objective. It only matters who you beat and where. It looks like Boston is winning games, sure, but they're not winning against really good teams. At least not as good as the 4 above them. Who are those 4? Let's take a look. The number 4 team after week number 3 are the Golden State Warriors. They had a 2-1 week and are 7-2 overall. Dropping 1 spot to number 3 after a 2-1 week in week number 3, are the Oklahoma City Thunder. Number 2, this is weird too, and I get it, are the perfect 4-0 Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are the only NBA team without a loss at 11-0, which begs the question, who's number 1 and why? The number 1 team after week number 3 are the Phoenix Suns. They had a perfect 3-0 week, are 8-1 overall, and jumped ahead of the Cavaliers primarily on the strength of a road win against the Mavericks. Remember, these rankings again are objective. The only criteria is who you beat and where. Phoenix, little stronger strength of schedule, propelled them above the perfect Cleveland Cavaliers in week 3. Now with KD hurt, we will likely see some changes there as the weeks go on. But that's it, the objective top 10 list for week number 3. If you want to see where all 30 teams land this week, please visit thepeachbasket.net. Now let's shift our focus to the players. These are the best to do it by average in week number 3 of the 2024-25 NBA season. The best by average in shooting, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, points, and game score. The top scorer in week number 3 was Anthony Davis. He played 2 games and averaged 34 points per game to lead the Lakers and the association, and he has looked great in the games that he has played for the Los Angeles Lakers. Anthony Edwards led everyone in 3-point shots made per game. In his 3 games, he averaged 6. AD averaged the most field goals made with 12 in week number 3. Now, the top rebounder plays his basketball in New York. Karl-Anthony Towns led everyone with 15.3 rebounds per game over his 3 games played. The top offensive rebounder was also Cat, coming in at 5.7 offensive boards on average. The top defensive rebounder, averaging 11.7, was Jusuf Nurkic. The top assist man in the association for week number 3 was not a tiny guard, but a large center, because that's the NBA today. Nikola Jokic averaged 14.3 assists over his 3 games played to lead everybody. Victor Wembanyama was the top rim protector after week number 3, averaging 5.5 blocks per game. Dyson Daniels was the top thief. He averaged 3.8 assists to lead everyone for the second time in the first 3 weeks of the NBA season. The top game scorer in week number 3 went to Nikola Jokic at an impressive 30.3. Now, looking ahead to week number 4, our focus is on the perfect Cleveland Cavaliers. They traveled to Chicago, then Philadelphia, and finished the week with a game at home against the Bulls. Do you think they're going to go 14-0 after week number 4? It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. I wonder how long it's going to be before the Cavs fans really trust this team and how long it'll be before the Cavs lose a game. Let's see. That's it. Week number 3 of the 2024-25 NBA season is in the books. Join us next week after week number 4 when we once again run it back.